So, yesterday I lied my ass off and I said we were doing the whole AFC South. I lied. But today, I will. I'll finish. I'll finish it today. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is vastly underrated, and I'd probably put him right here. To be completely honest with you, so that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th best quarterback in the league. Mac Jones, all things considered, that's a pretty good backup. Say Beathard, he probably makes the team, and EJ Perry, I don't know who this is. Went to Brown, 26. He's not making the team. ETN is solid, above average, probably like a top 12 running back. TBH. Last year, really not an incredible year though. Really, these are really volume numbers. He averaged 3.8 yards per carry. I mean, most of his value comes in the receiving game, however, and he's one of the better receiving backs in the league. And Bigsby didn't really live up to the expectations that I had of him his first season. This just wasn't a very good rookie season for someone who I thought was going to be pretty good. But, it was looked good in the preseason. Maybe he improves, has a better year this year. D'Ernest Johnson. He had like a game. I remember he had one game in Cleveland where he had where he was like pretty freaking good. I don't know the game logs. He had a game. I'm not tweaking on that. I know he had a game. We had maybe 150 rushing yards. Yeah. He had a little. He had a game. He had even a little stretch, so to say. Christian Kirk. Maybe not the best wide receiver one, but I think Gabe Davis, wide receiver 2, balances that out, and Brian Thomas, wide receiver 3, balances that out. Parker Washington, a rookie, took him in the 6th round last year. He's going to see an increase in production. Duvernay, they probably have returning kicks. They do. Seth Williams, Auburn. We're number 18 at Auburn. Book it. Mims is on the team. I remember EDP really wanted the Eagles to draft Mims, and he never really was that good. The only reason he jumped up in the draft because he had some big highlight plays, but he was never that good to be drafted in the 2nd round. He had just some big. He had a nice highlight reel. We'll just say that. Evan Ingram. I saw somewhere that If he has 40 receptions this year, he will become the second tight end in NFL history to have 40 receptions in each of their first 8 seasons. And he's really come into his own in his career. I mean, he used to just drop kind of everything in New York, but he's been pretty good in Jacksonville. Cam Robinson, it's a pretty good offensive line, all things considered. Brandon Scherf is still pretty solid. Morris is pretty solid. Robinson's pretty solid. Cleveland's pretty solid. Joshua Hines Allen, previously just Josh Allen. He's really good. 17 and a half sacks last year, if I'm not mistaken. Don't know a ton about Davon Hamilton. Fill me in. Wants to be okay. Maybe not the best defensive tackle in the world, but doesn't matter. Because right next to him, they have one of the best defensive tackles in the world, Eric Armstead. 5 sacks last year. Was on the 49ers for a while. He's in Jacksonville. He's going to be pretty good. Trayvon Walker, who I always forget was the first overall pick. And he hasn't been horrible. He had 10 sacks last year in his second season. So, I mean, he's definitely hasn't been, just two would call him a bust. He's had a pretty solid career, but definitely not the career of a first overall pick. Olukun, he led the league in tackles one year, like 190 something. It was incredible. 192, 2021. Yep. Chad Muma's not bad. Tyson Campbell's not bad. Cisco, saw him play in college once against Kenny Pickett. And this is, before Kenny Pickett was Heisman candidate. I came away from that game thinking the best player on the field was Andre Cisco. He was all over the place. He made some huge hits. And he's been pretty good in the NFL. In the Bo Nix video, there was a Colts defender. His last name was Flowers. I assumed it was Trey Flowers. It's not. I looked it up. Trey Flowers is here on the Jaguars. I saw that he was their highest rated defender so far in the preseason. Good for him. I honestly do wish the best for him. One of the Edmonds brothers, Darnell Savage, and Ronald Darby, who is still sticking around. He's been in the league a minute. Head over here. The Jaguars, a crowded division. And they'll probably beat the Titans both times. And brings them to 7-10. But it also brings the Titans to 1-16. You know, that's just the poor thing of me doing these divisions last is they're gonna have the worst records out of everyone. Especially the NFC. The NFC South is horrible. I'm gonna do the Titans, and I'm gonna be done for today.